Yo, what is good, everybody? Man, it's your boy Jay in the building. We're back again with another video. Whoo! Wow. So, first y'all were mad at Dion, and now y'all mad at Shannon Sharpe. Oh my goodness. Fam, it's been all day on Twitter. Y'all been at Shannon and Coach Prime all day. Wow. So I pulled up the tweet because I want to read what he said. Right? Okay, so he said, I went to an HBCU, but only because I was Power 48. It worked out great for me. Had I had the grades coming out of high school, I wouldn't haven't chosen an HBCU. Now, first off, the punctuation, my goodness, Shannon. All right, so check this out. Now, as bad of a timing as this was, because this was bad timing, right? Like, you had what, Coach Prime leaving Jackson State. Now you have Shannon Sharpe saying this, right? So check this out. Now, he's coming from a place of him being in high school. So this is a 17 and 18-year-old saying he would have chosen a Power 5 had he had the grades. Now, mind you, if you ask a 17 and 18-year-old kid, now, we're talking about before Dion goes to Jackson State, right? We're talking about if you speak to the average 17 and 18-year-old, and when you tell them, hey, do you want to go to an HBCU? You want to go to a Power 5? You want to go to a mid-major? You want to go to a powerhouse FCS school? Pick any one. Where you want to go? I promise you that 80 to 85, probably 90% of athletes are going to choose a Power 5. Do you know why? Because of the resources. Like, Shannon isn't wrong for him saying what he felt. It's just the timing of it was completely off. He shouldn't have said it at the timing that he said it, right? But you gotta think. You really have to think, right? Everybody, and look, okay, so Shannon is the person that would say, look, think before you tweet. Before you press send, you better think about what you're saying. And I believe that Shannon Sharpe should have told himself, if I tweet this, what is the black community going to think about me? He should have saved that tweet. But he's not wrong. He's not wrong for saying how he feels. Cause look, I promise you this. I promise you that there are many athletes that are in HBCUs now that wish that they had not only the grades, but that they were talented enough to play at a Power 5. Now, they probably won't come out and say it because the black community will attack them. But yeah, I'm pretty sure there are millions of athletes who were thinking the same thing that Shannon Sharpe was thinking about. You know what I'm saying? So that was just his way of thinking. He just shouldn't have said it out loud at the time that he said it. You know, but that's just me. But Skip and Shannon did a segment on Coach Prime leaving Jackson State to go to Colorado, and we're gonna find out what he said. You know, but I was so happy that they came back, and when I saw that this was a topic, I said, whoa, let me not watch until I have the opportunity to react to it. So this is my first time, looking at this. So we're gonna find out what they're talking about. So, and let me just say this before we start, right? If you never donated to your HBCU, if you only go to homecoming games and classics and nothing else, this is fake outrage. It's fake outrage if you don't donate to your alma mater, if you don't donate to any HBCU, if you ain't go to one, if you only go to 2 games out the year, which is homecoming and a classic, then no, you don't get the opportunity to be mad. You mad for it about what Shannon Sharpe said, because a lot of people feel that same. There's a lot of people that will feel that same way, honestly. So I don't want people out here getting upset because look, people will play follow the leader all the time. It's just like music, right? If somebody puts out a bad album and if somebody say they don't like it, then another person retweets it or reposts it and say they didn't like it, you're gonna see 300 to 400 people retweet it and refollow it, and half them people didn't even hear it. That's how I feel about this Shannon Sharpe thing, right? I think it was just people that are mad just because other people are mad about it. And half of those people shouldn't be mad at all. Half of y'all ain't do nothing for y'all HBCUs. Half of y'all ain't donate. Half of y'all only go to one game. And when you go to the game, you ain't cheering. You're sitting down. You're not celebrating. You're not even cheering for your team. So it's just fake outrage at this point, honestly. You know?
Deion Sanders introduced as the new Colorado head coach
Let's
yesterday.
go.
Take a look. Here's the presser. Deion has his work cut out for him, though, to try and turn around the 1-11
1-11.
That after going undefeated this year at Jackson State. Man, social media was all over this. Shannon, were you happy for Deion in Colorado or sad for Jackson State in HBCU? So many questions here.
I was more excited and happy for Deion, who's a very good friend of mine. We talk constantly.
Already.
Had an inclination that this might be happening, but I just felt that he should be the one to break the news about what was going to happen in his future. I'm more excited for him than I am sad that for Jackson State. And I think that Jackson State should be sad, be excited, be happy for him, because he gave you the blueprint and showed you what you could be, what you could become.
Yeah.
And you're more than a head coach. Deion did something that very few coaches are able to do. He leveraged his relationships. Skills.
Right.
No football team had more uniforms than Jackson State except the University of Oregon. Under Armour.
Wow. We're going to let that sink in for a moment. Brett, fam, you know how many jerseys Oregon has? Fam, they have a different jersey every week. That's like kind of crazy. So just imagine how many uniforms that Jackson State has if they're second compared to Oregon. That's like kind of crazy. That's insane.
Every single week, they got new helmets. They got new unis. He did this with Walmart. He took $150,000 of his salary and helped finish building the facilities.
He did.
Yep.
He
We said that.
Relationship with American Airlines, so when they had to travel great distances, they flew American Airlines. He had a great relationship with Michael Strahan, so he said, "Hey, Stray, can you do me this solid? Hook the boys up with jackets and slacks, so we don't look like an all-tournament team when we're on the road." Some guys got on sweaters, some guys got on shirt and ties, some guys got on hoodies, some guys got on Jackson State paraphernalia.
Yep.
He did that.
He did that.
And still, we get opportunity. We say, "Ooh, we want guys to get opportunities. We want our black coaches to get opportunities." He gets an opportunity. He takes the opportunity, and now you mad. He brought.
Let's stop that right there. Let's stop that right there. There are 131 FBS schools. Outside of Coach Prime that who just accepted the job, there are only 10 black head coaches in the FBS. There's only 10 out of 131 FBS schools. We always talking about equality, and we always talk about how there's not enough leadership on a professional level, even when basketball and football. There's no black presidents in the NFL. There's only like 2 or 3 black NFL head coaches. And Coach Prime has the opportunity of a lifetime, not only in the FBS, but at a Power 5 school, and you see the amount of people in the transfer portal. First of all, they say that it's record breaking, and they have so many sponsors that are about to roll in and support Colorado. It's not even going to be funny. Coach Prime is really about to turn Colorado out, really, and the amount of support that he's going to have 10 times is going to be insane. And we can't speak about equality. We can't say there's not enough black head coaches when Coach Prime has the opportunity to take one of these Power 5 jobs, then get mad that he's left. And then y'all gonna say that, oh, we're not mad that he's leaving. We're mad about how he left. Well, question. How was he supposed to do it? I mean, look, even I'm the person that says, look, it's bad timing. It was just bad timing. Like, me personally, I think that if he would have waited after the Celebration Bowl and then takes the job, maybe that's a good way to do it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, maybe that would have been a much better way to do it. But at the end of the day, man, business is business. That's how business works. And look, I'm sad for Jackson State. Like, on the real. Like, I'm sad for Jackson State that this happened. You know what I'm saying? But, and you know, the one thing that really stuck out to me in that press conference that he had, he spoke about safety. He said how Colorado is a safe place. And that's interesting because I remember where there were instances where, hell, even after his first game in the spring, where he got his bag stolen. Then we talk about the water crisis. Then we talk about Shiloh's truck getting broken into. How somebody just died the day before the SWAT championship game. And you gotta have to wonder, did he take this job just because of his opportunity for it, or was it because he wanted to have more safety for his children? Anybody ever really think about that? Then on top of the, look, that's what I kind of believe that some of it, I'm not saying all of it, but some of it had to do with wanting to have more safety for his kids. That's just me. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. That's me.
Who's mad?
A lot of blacks that blow up, they're upset, man, he lied. You see you see how they hold us more accountable? They don't never say
wait, who's they?
I'm talking about my
community. Black community.
Okay, white people, I'm talking about us. They know what I'm talking about. Blacks are mad a lot, but look at what he's did. He brought eyes to HBCUs, Skip. There wasn't nobody talking about HBCUs, especially now. They're talking about, they're on television. That's because of him. He gave you a blueprint. Now follow the blueprint. There's someone on his staff, probably, and he's recommended somebody on his staff, but now he goes to a place that has resources.
Yep.
So guess what he can do? He can hire more coaches, more minority coaches, bring them, give them opportunities. I don't recall of an HBCU coach getting an opportunity like this. This was an opportunity too good to pass up.
Never even come close to happening.
It's too good to pass up.
Okay.
And so instead of being happy for him, we try to bring him down. How can he lose Jackson State? Why can't Jackson State be the prize? It could be the prize for you, but it might not be the prize for everybody. You might like this restaurant, but that might not be the restaurant for everybody. Be happy for us. It seems like when we do something good, we're the last people to be happy for us. We do everything we possibly can. Well, Deion should have did this, Deion should have did that. Skip, they got mad at me yesterday. I tweeted, look, Skip, you know I went to an HBCU.
Okay. He's talking about okay. He's talking about okay.
That wasn't my first choice. It wasn't.
Well, what, you want to go to Georgia?
Georgia.
I mean, look. Now he didn't say that. He didn't say that in his tweet. He didn't say that in his tweet, but him saying it on TV Look, I completely understand. Look, everybody that goes to an HBCU, a lot of, especially back in the day where there wasn't a lot of coverage for HBCU, period. I know that a lot of that wasn't everybody's first choice. It wasn't, But as time goes on, the longer you're there, and the more relationship that you build, the happier you're gonna be. That what, I'm glad that in HBCU probably wasn't my first choice, but I'm glad that I graduated from here because I never would have met the people that I've met. I never would have had the relationships probably if I went to a PWI. I'm just glad that I made this decision and I'm around my own people. So at the end of the day, I'm pretty sure at the end of the day, Shannon Sharpe is glad that he went to an HBCU. You know what I'm saying? So I'm sorry. We'll go back a little bit and we're going to,
People on Twitter. Okay.
Skip, I went to an HBCU.
You did.
That wasn't my first choice. It wasn't.
Well, what? You want to go to Georgia?
Georgia, Texas, Nebraska.
Okay, I got it.
Skip, the only thing I knew about black college was the United Negro College Fund. When I heard Lou Rawls come, the mind is a terrible thing to wait. Skip, not one recruited me until the last hour. Savannah State, Bill Davis came down, and my high school football coach didn't want me to talk to him. He asked him, where is he from? He said, Savannah State. He said, do you know who this kid is? This kid's a top 5 player in the state of Georgia. You're not going to get him. He's like, well, damn, can I talk to him? And I heard Coach, I said, come on, Coach, I'll talk to you. I think he had drove an hour, Skip. The least I could do and give him 15 minutes of my time. Skip, I went to Savannah State and I was Prop 48, but I was going to a D1 school. It was the best, knowing what I know now. Even if I had the grade, Skip, and I know what I know now, I would still go to Savannah State. Because of the relationships that I have. One of my longest friends, Buster McCormick, I met at Savannah State. The class of '86, me, Squirrel, Roughhouse, Big Daddy, Dame, Skip, I can't get that nowhere else.
Nope.
So I'm glad I made that decision.
Hey.
But an HBCU wasn't my first choice, people.
Okay. Got it. Okay. Appreciate every point you just made.
I don't know why people were mad about that. I don't know why.
You do, but I know him fairly well. He is the rarest of human beings. I've never been around anything like him. Barry Switzer used to say it's like he didn't come from our planet when he was watching him even practice for the Cowboys. But as a human, it's like he didn't come from our planet.
Because he just did things that you're just not supposed to be able to do as a human being.
That is correct. And what he did at Jackson State, I get you when you say he left the blueprint, but there's no other Deion who can actually
nobody could have done what he done.
You have to have Deion's personality, his drive, his force, his force field that he creates. It's like nothing I've ever seen before.
I think the thing is, Skip, is because what we do when we get these historical great black coaches, we get Coach Robinson from Jackson State, and we get Coach W.C. Gordon at Jackson.
From Grambling. Whoa, come on now. Come on now.
What Archie Cooley? What
come on.
They stay forever. And so that's the natural instinct.
Quick point of order. It's back in the 70s, back in the day when I first started in this business with the LA Times. I spent a week with Coach Robinson at Grambling. And when I went home and Chuck Knox left to go to Buffalo, I campaigned out here in LA for Coach Robinson to be the next Rams coach, and they wanted no part of that. But my point is, he had the stature, he had the experience. He could have done that. He could have changed the culture of the Rams, okay? But the point is, it wasn't going to happen. Deion he just keeps breaking through barriers. And this was a huge barrier to break through. Now, look, idealistically, from my side of the table, would I have loved for him? This is not realistic, but it's more idealistic. Would I have loved for him to have stayed at Jackson State to the point that he created a dynasty? And he finally got Ole Miss to say, yeah, we'll play you, and go kick their ass. And
that would have
seen him then say, Bama, you want to schedule me? We'll come and kick your ass. We'll come to Tuscaloosa. Would I love to see that happen? Yes, I would. Yeah, probably if you're sitting right there right now, you'd say, I'm sorry, it's just not realistic. We got it to here, but that's a whole nother jump that would be not possible.
Skipper, you know he's about a challenge.
Okay.
That's why you leave Atlanta and go to San Francisco and says, "Oh, we believe you the missing piece." Okay.
Okay, I'll do that.
You leave San Francisco and go to Dallas and say, "Okay, you the missing."
Do you mind the pressure? No, I don't mind it at all because I will be.
He's the ultimate challenge. He never said, and I think he did a great thing, Skip. He came, he brought eyes. A lot of people know about historically black colleges and university, the pageantry, because the ballot, all the bands. A lot of people hadn't even never seen a black college football game. They're on television. And most of the time, it was Jackson State. And that was because of him. And so hopefully there are more guys that want to coach, professional, ex-professional football players, college players that say, you know what? Hey, I'll go back. I'll coach. I want to coach.
Yeah.
And this is where and if they're going to give me an opportunity, I've never seen a guy, Skip, as great a talent as he is, have the patience that he does. I say, bro, how?
He does have patience.
This kind of patience when you're that great, and he was great to the umpteenth power.
He was,
but
greatest ever.
He got the patience, and that I'm just being cliche, but he has the patience of Job.
He does
because Skip, nobody on that field has his kind of talent. But you got to say, you know what? Hey, he ain't get it. Hey, son, let's do this again, son. This is what we're trying to explain to you. I don't have that kind of patience, and a lot of athletes don't have that kind of patience because they want the person to be able to pick it up just like they could. But and he's like, what? He's like, Sharpe. If they could pick it up just like you could, then you wouldn't be you. You wouldn't be special.
Okay.
But be happy.
Yeah. So he just took over the worst program in the Pac-12.
He did.
And he walked in the door and he met with the team and he basically told the team, I'm bringing my own luggage. Yeah. So a bunch of you guys, you might as well hit that portal right now because you are gone from here.
And he told them, hey, I'm bringing some of my dogs.
Yeah.
He said, they
dogs.
My son, there's your quarterback. Stand up. You're the new quarterback. Thank you. Shadur's the new quarterback because he should be the new quarterback because they are going to go places.
And he's going to bring a lot of guys. Travis Hunter coming with him, too.
And he got them to change their NIL.
Kevin Coleman, too.
To refund it. And they're soliciting all kinds of donations for the NIL, and they will get competitive.
The one thing that he knows, in order to be able to compete, that's why you see so many guys in transfer portals. Guys that were all conference as a freshman or sophomore says, no, I want to go somewhere else because the opportunity to make some money.
I'm not sure Deion could have pulled it off without the new transfer rules where you can just go.
Oh,
they were back in the day.
You could build a team
had to
quick.
sit out a year.
Skip, I mean, what you call him playing the SEC championship game because he was able to get a quarterback from Arizona State. That was in the transfer portal.
That is correct.
You can build a team a lot quicker now through the transfer portal than you can. Now, your backbone has still got to be 4 and 5 stars.
Yeah.
The University of Georgia got the 4 and 5 stars. Skip. That's what
Coach Prime gonna get him.
Transfer portal.
Coach Prime is gonna get him. He gonna get him.
That quarterback, where you come from, Skip?
Do I know?
And he's
going to get him.
Heisman.
Probably. He was the best player in the country, I told you last year. He's the best player in the country this year, and he transferred, and we got nothing to show for it.
But my community, we got to stop feeling that somebody owes you something.
No, I got it.
He gave you 3 great years.
Yeah.
He didn't promise you he was going to be there like Coach Rob for 50 years or Coach W.C. Gordon at Jackson State. He gave you a glimpse of Jackson State. Skip, when I was in school, because Darian Connor, I don't know if you know him, Houston Hoover, they used to have guys, Walter Payton, Eddie Payton. They had a lot of guys used to come out from black colleges. Ooh. It was a thing.
Yeah.
And when you get a guy, don't be excited for. Be excited for us. He's one of us.
Yeah.
Be excited for him.
Agreed.
Support black, man. Support black. Support black, man. Like look, ain't nothing to say about it, man. But I do want to say, man, like I understand what he was saying, and I get it. We just gotta look. It was just bad timing. It was just bad timing, But I get it. Just support everything black, man. I'm gonna support Deion. I'm still gonna support HBCUs. Like, okay. This has been going long enough. Now I know they still have one more game left, and so does North Carolina Central. We're gonna talk about them in a little bit, but yeah, man. I wonder how North Carolina Central is feeling about all this. I bet you, North Carolina Central is just sitting back and they're like, oh snap. They got a whole bunch of controversy over there at Jackson State. Meanwhile, we've been chilling here for about 3 weeks now, watching y'all, because we knew that we were going to play y'all. So we've been watching film on y'all for the last 3 weeks. Haven't filled one y'all for the last 3 weeks. I'm pretty sure Travis Hunter not playing. Kevin Coleman not playing. It's a good chance Shador Sanders may not play. Who? I don't know who's going to play for Jackson. I don't know who's playing. Now that should be a mystery. I don't know if Travis Hunter's playing this game. I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see, man. We're going to talk about it later, dog. But, yeah, it's going to be something because I don't know. I don't know who's going to play. Just something to think about, for real. But it's going to be interesting.